Yeah, that sounds like a really interesting Friday night. I feel like the chase scenes should like include Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady just playing in the background. I feel like that should be a thing. That is not, unfortunately.
Freeze, raccoon!
How can I freeze when my heart warms at the very sight of you?
Shut up, Ringtail.
Excuse me.
I don't know what you're doing here in China, but I'm sure it can't be good for whoever owns this place.
You must only have eyes for me if you're too blind to see what's going on around here.
All I see is a pathetic thief who's escaped justice for far too long.
I'm proud to be a thief, especially when I'm stealing from a vicious extortionist like the Panda King. Open your eyes, detective. These quaint temples are a front for an illegal explosives factory.
Don't try to confuse the issue. You criminals are all the same, and none of you can escape justice.
So, like I said, this is like this is going to be a chase mission. I do find all the bottles, luckily for me, and that looks like some really cool items. Horseshoes and bottles, and a bunch of coins. Oh, they just give us a free horseshoe, which is nice. I love when the game just hands you free horseshoes. And I almost jumped on that, so thank you, game. And it almost restarted as soon as I tried to get back on there. God damn it. So this was really hard, really annoying at least, not hard. So I started destroying these icicles, and then I realized that there are bottles over there, and I just destroyed the only icicle in the way. I do get those bottles, and it's sort of in a weird, janky sort of way. I jump up here, I then try and jump to the icicle after getting shot in the face. Wow, never mind, I got denied. Her aim is just amazing, apparently. But I can now jump over here, which luckily enough allowed me to get these last 3 bottles. And I barely missed my chance of getting hit there. That actually lowers down the drawbridge. Now you don't have to go up that way, because this thing will open the door. So it's not required of you, but there are 3 bottles, so I was like, I probably should go that way. There are 3 bottles over here. Let's just jump over here while getting shot at by some crazy detective. I wonder what her property damage, like how much do they dock her pay for property damage? That's probably why there's only a few missions of Carmelita Fox doing this. The rest of it is just them trying to dock her pay. There we go. Perfect attempt. Oh, okay. So we're close towards like the halfway point, I would say, because now things start to slow down a little, or at least just for right now. There's a bunch of bottles in this area. There's like 4 right here, and there's 40 bottles, but something happens that prevents you from opening the safe, and it really really pisses me off. It's so annoying. I don't want to spoil it, but things get interesting. So that's the way to go at the end, but we have to jump on the roof of the buildings we're hiding under right now in order to get there. And she will shoot out the windows, so you can speed up time right there. And you might be wondering, well, why would you want her to shoot at the windows? I mean, that would probably mean that she's hitting you, right? Well, these windows apparently have decorations on them that she can only shoot out. I'm actually speeding things up, if you can't tell, using the time speeder-upper skill that we got. That's a technical term for it, isn't it? Speeder-upper, the time speeder-upper. Okay, I do make it up here. So, oh, I actually have enough for... Oh, wow, that's right. I wanted to see if she can break the ceilings, which she can. I can confirm she can break ceilings with her bullets, which is why I think she has a lot of property damage docked from her pay, or at least half of the ceilings. Maybe not all of them, but just like half. And there's that guy just casually saying out. How she missed him and not me, I don't even know. Kind of confused with that myself. And I think she's here. Yeah, she's here as well. So this section gets a little interesting. So you drop a bunch of icicles, right? And icicles can be destroyed, which she's doing right now. But then they get replaced, which looks really awkward. But you don't really have to worry about them So here is the last, or here's the safe, right? And I have all the bottoms, but...
Unfortunately, this vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code until we meet and defeat the bird who created it.
That's right. We can't get into this vault because he doesn't know owl dialects, which means we cannot complete all the vaults. Ugh.
Watch your back, Cooper. When you least expect it, I'll be there.
They're just falling. Like, shouldn't you be very concerned about where you're going? But yeah, so the vaults won't be open. You cannot actually complete all the vaults until you beat the game, which is so frustrating.
This vault code appears to have been written in owl dialect. I won't be able to crack the code.
So after I beat the game, I do go back and I do complete this mission. I'll probably talk about my final thoughts about the game through not only the cutscene, or not the credit scene, and then through that mission. I don't know if I have a lot to say about the game. I don't know if it's going to fill all of that time, but I will definitely try and talk as much as I can. But it's so frustrating when you're just like, oh, I can totally just, you know, get the last safe that I'll ever need in this entire game, and it's like, go fuck yourself. It's like, no, game, please. I'll get to hold on to this with the little hook. And here's the boss, Flame Fu. This is an actual fight, which is pretty cool.
Carry Kane of notorious Cooper thief clan. Have you come here for revenge?
Maybe.
To steal back the Thievius Raccoonus?
That was my plan at first, but now I'm more interested in putting an end to your avalanche extortion racket.
Why should you care if I bury a few worthless village in snow? You are a thief, just like me.
No, that's only half right. I am a thief from a long line of master thieves, while you're just a frustrated firework artist turned homicidal pyromaniac.
Oh.
Insolent child. You shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique, Flame Fu.
So this is a legitimate fight. We have to walk up and like hit him and actually like, have a legitimate fight. And it sort of feels like one of those animes where they like announce their like ability's name. Fiery wheel.
Fiery
So annoying.
Fiery wheel.
Oh my god, he does fiery wheel a lot. And it's equally annoying and it's funny to repeat, like, fiery wheel. It's just such a cool... I'm, like, both annoyed that he, like, repeats it, but at the same time, I feel like it's the best thing in the world.
Fiery wheel.
I have this love-hate relationship with fiery wheel. So funny. But yeah, this is the legitimate fight. We actually have to, like, punch him over and over again, which is much more interesting than the last few missions. You know, because there was the what? So far we've had to do like 1 or 2 hits, then the crystals, and then the repetitive button or QTEs, and then the actual fight. Booming chop is not as good as fiery wheel. Apparently you can hit those. I didn't realize. The like candles, not candles, but ooh, that how did that not hit me? And there we go. That was like one of the easiest boss fights, but I love it.
With that cane
Fiery wheel.
unparalleled.
Cactus are always cute.
Sly, I did a cross-analysis of the metal used in that high-tech blasting vehicle, and it turns out it can only be found in one place. The Krakatoa volcano in Russia. That's got to be where we'll find the 5th member of the
He's
Thievius
Russian.
5. So get what you came for and let's get out of here.
Retrieving the Panda King section of the Thievius Raccoonus gave me a chance to learn about my technically minded ancestor, Otto Van Cooper. Not known for his physical dexterity, Otto relied on vehicles to aid him in his criminal endeavors. Armed with his designs, I was sure Murray would be able to make some cool modifications to the team van.
AKA a massive turret on top and a battering ram.
A frustrated Inspector Fox, having missed me coming down the mountain, threw the Panda King in jail, thus putting an end to his
Spitfire
avalanche
puts
protection
out puts
services
fiery
and ensuring the
panda on ice.
safety of mountain villages throughout China. My gang and I took a little time off and did some shopping in Hong Kong. Thoroughly relaxed, we headed home to plan our next move.
So, that is the end of the Fourth World. It's a pretty interesting boss fight. I think that's one of my favorites. But unfortunately, we don't have all the faults.
Okay, partner, this is it! A trip to Clockwork's lair!
So this is the last member of the Fiendish Five. We have the Tide of Show we beat. We have Sunset, Snake Eyes, Voodoo, or Vicious Voodoo, Fire in the Sky, and now the last one. I don't think it has a specific name.
We were on our way to the Krakkarov volcano in Russia.
But I'll let him
While
explain.
looking over what little information I had on the final member of the Fiendish Five, I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwork. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
But I love how the fact that he's like a Russian in Russia. The cold heart of hate. It's like one of those Bond films where the villain's either Russian or Korean or Chinese.
Hey, Sly! The road to Clockwork's fortress is blocked. Do me a favor and shoot out that lock for me, would
So
you,
now
pal?
we, instead of having a escort mission, we are, well, typically this is an escort
Check out
mission.
all those mines.
So.
Think you can blow them away and clear a safe path for us?
But this is, I guess, technically an escort, like, auto-scroller. There's, like, several parts to this, glass, world. Instead of having, like, a home base and, like, several missions that, like, branch out and you have to click keys, this is a little different.
Indicate the Clockwork is holed up in that owl-shaped tower.
First things first, we've got hostile robo-falcons at 12 o'clock, Sly.
Hostile Robo-Falcons is the best phrase I've ever heard in the game. We got Robo-Falcons! But yeah, so this is, okay, they're not just gonna let me talk.
Tower, it's a giant death ray! Sly, take out those rocks or we're in trouble!
And so far all the rocks are like perfectly out of my way already. Like, that was not challenging at all.
Heads up, the robo-falcons are back.
But yeah, this is one of the main like missions for this area. Instead of having like a Sly-based mission, they have an auto-scroller and a few others. I guess there is technically a Sly-based mission, although it's not a very long one and you don't clutch any keys. I'm trying to clear out all these mines before we get over there. But before that happens, there are giant rocks that are coming down on top of the mines, so... It's like, I got this, guy, don't worry. I'm really happy that this gun has infinite bullets.
We're getting swarmed.
I don't like that sound they make. I think I get hit here. Yeah, I got hit by 2 people, but only one counts. Because invulnerability frames. There we go. And that was it. I thought I would have to redo that, but
Looks like we're in the clear.
now things get a little more interesting.
That cave doesn't look tall enough for the turret to make it all the way through.
Oh. That's the greatest sound effect ever.
We've got to get through that security door on the far side of the cavern. The only way to unlock it is to analyze at least 60 of those hanging computers.
Would have been easy to get at them if Murray hadn't thrashed our new turret.
Yeah, won't be a problem. I can hack the computer's connection couplings so they'll fall to the ground. Then, Murray will have to run over them with the van.
Okay, and Murray, remember to use our new battering ram by hitting the square button if anyone tries to keep you from those computers.
So things, I don't think this is completely accurate.
There are only 119 computers up there, and these fire slugs seem intent on getting to them before us.
So,
The first one to 60 computers wins.
so there's a few things I have wrong with this mission. the fact that in order to hack the computers that were hanging up, A, they were hanging the computers, that's one problem. Two, the slugs seem to be interested in these computers for no real reason except to cause some sort of conflict for us. And I don't understand how running over the computers will allow Bentley to hack anything, considering the computer would technically be broken. Because if you run over a computer, it's not exactly going to be that workable. I mean, it really depends on the damage on the computer. Maybe you can, like, recover a hard drive or two. But that seems highly unlikely. Is that why we have to get, like, 60 of them, just in case one of these cars has a hard drive left over to salvage? Anyway, it gets into this pretty fun mini-game where you just run around and you hit a bunch of slugs to run over computers. It's not too terribly challenging, which is nice. There we go. Okay. It's like, I think we beat them by 10? No, 6. Wow.
Nice driving, Murray. Now we have enough data to
And they just
open the
leave.
security doors. Just past them is the control room to Clockwork's Death Ray Tower. I think it's time for some Cooper thieving and sabotage. Don't you think, Sly?
And we pick up another computer just in case. So this is the Sly mission, the quote-unquote Sly mission.